Pamela.
I literally didn't know anything about them until I took the online survey that ended me up here, so I literally only know what the survey told me, which is very little. But it sounds interesting.
Where would you learn about it anyway, in the real world?
Where would I?
Where would, yeah.
It would be if I'd been specifically searching for other fuel alternative vehicles online, and since we're probably not looking for a new vehicle for another 2 years, I have not started that process.
I wrote Car of the Future because it still sounds, I think because infrastructure, it's like, well, where's your nearest hydrogen place? Okay.
Not the car of the present.
Right, not the car of the present. The other association had is, Hindenburg. Everyone's going to drive around a little Hindenburg. I'm sure they've thought of that, but it won't be the line. Yeah, won't be called them for Hindenburg. Removes range anxiety, which I think a lot of people have an issue with alternative fuel vehicles.
You know this about it, or you heard this about it?
I would imagine. I mean, if the infrastructure is there that I can pull off the pipe and get another gallon of hydrogen, it's going to get me another 300 miles, then I don't need to worry about it.
And the car of the future, what does that mean anyway?
So, for me, I put down, it's all electric, so you get the same benefits as electric vehicles. It's going to be better for I believe it's going to be better for the oil companies because just like they have gas stations, they can build out hydrogen stations very easily. I think it's going to be better for the tax collectors because it's going to be hard for them to replace all the gas taxes with the electricity that they're using out of my house. It's going to be very easy for them to collect taxes on hydrogen at a pump station. And I'm betting it's going to become the default winner over battery in the long term.
You are. And long term meaning?
Long term meaning 20, 30 years. Just because there's...
And the main benefit being what, though? The main
benefit is if I live in an apartment and I don't have a garage with an outlet, I can go into any gas station, any hydrogen station, plug it in, not plug, but nozzle up and fill it up. But it's still all electric, so I get all the benefits of the low maintenance and immediate thrust and torque and everything else associated with electric.
I want nozzle up to be the new slogan.
Yeah, nozzle up.
Nozzle up.
What's the promise of it, Mark?
Well, I put down a bunch of what's already been talked about in terms of water, exhaust, and clean. And, I'm sorry, the promise of it?
Yeah. Why it's talked about as a future solution.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think beyond the green aspect and beyond just the issue of potentially being able to leverage existing infrastructure, for us New Englanders, at this point, from what I understand, a fuel cell will maintain more of its energy over a cold overnight than a battery.
Less degradation also over time.
Right. So that's certainly an advantage. Also, in terms of energy density, my understanding is currently storing hydrogen has a slight advantage in terms of the amount of power per unit storage than battery. Although
that could change any decade, any time.
Do you know? Do you have any impression on what the status of hydrogen fuel cell technology is here in the Northeast?
Nope, none.
Does anybody have an idea of where it's at here? Is there any buzz about it here?
No. In the Northeast, no. California, yes.
But not here?
No.
Like, is it ever in the newspapers?
I was at the auto show a month ago, the Boston Auto Show, and I think it was Toyota had a display up and had a mock-up of a gas station with a real nozzle on it so you could see what it looked like and how it would plug in and so forth to fill up. And I saw online, I think it's the Ioniq from Hyundai, I think, that the same car is 3 different choices, ICE, battery, or fuel cell that they're going to make. Internal combustion engine. Gasoline.
How are we running on ice? I'm very curious. Check this out.
I forgot the name of it now. That there is I think there is at least one vehicle that you can buy, but I thought it was West Coast.
Yeah.
No one has ever experienced one in here, is that true?
No.
Never seen one.
Here's some facts on hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. I'm going to pass it out. Don't write on this because I'm going to use it again. But just take one and pass it on down. Just read it to yourself. Don't say anything out loud yet. Facts I was provided on hydrogen fuel cell technology in cars. It's a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. There's some bullet points.
How many refueling stations are
Where?
there in California?
2? No.
I'll tell you later. But Nicole, as somebody who doesn't have a lot of knowledge on this, anything on here that stands out to you?
Well, that it only emits water.
What do you think of that?
I think that's cool, except in a day like today.
It's not like it's...
Well, no, I know.
It's drips.
No, I
It's drips of
understand.
water,
I get
vapor.
it. I get it.
I get it. It's a funny image, though.
I get it.
I forgot about the speed of refueling.
The speed of refueling, yeah.
Yeah.
Did anything impact you as another person, Pamela, who didn't know much about
That's
this?
what I was just noticing too when I'm jotting down on my list, that the speed of refueling is pretty great, and the fact that the range is comparable to gas, which is what's been keeping me from getting an all-electric vehicle. So yeah, pretty cool.
And they're working on faster and faster electric charging stations with higher and higher megawatts and kilowatts. But still, nobody's come close to a 5-minute fill-up.
Yeah. Well, and
Short of the
here in the
battery
Northeast,
swap.
there just aren't
Yes, I was
even
saying the same thing, the Tesla's battery swap.
there aren't that many refueling stations or plug-in stations. Even in, I mean, like I've seen a couple in Alewife, I've seen a couple under the Commons, but other than that, there's just not a lot.
They're building more and more. The South Bay Center in Dorchester, they just built a new garage there. It has 10 Tesla superchargers on top, and I think 6 or 8 regular chargers.